Sigma males are often seen as enigmas, their preference for solitude and independence fueling a mix of admiration and misunderstanding. The hard-hitting truth is that their isolation is not a sign of loneliness or inadequacy, but a deliberate choice driven by a profound self-awareness and a desire for personal autonomy. Unlike their alpha counterparts, who thrive on social dominance and external validation, Sigma males find their strength in solitude. They possess an innate ability to introspect and innovate outside the constraints of societal norms, which often leads to misconceptions about their motives and character. Far from being outcasts, Sigma males are self-reliant individuals who value their freedom above all else, operating on a plane of self-sufficiency that many find difficult to comprehend. Their journey is not about seeking approval or conforming to traditional paths, but about embracing their unique path with confidence and resilience. In recognizing these truths, it becomes clear that Sigma males are not merely solitary figures, but rather exemplars of individuality and inner strength. Number 1. Sigma males often face unfair judgment and misunderstanding due to their distinctiveness. Being different from the typical alpha or beta archetypes, Sigma men frequently get pigeonholed with labels that don't quite fit them. Their preference for a quieter existence and selective social interactions can lead others to perceive them as standoffish or aloof. This can result in misconceptions where they are viewed as either overly proud or detached. In reality, Sigma males are simply individuals who value their alone time and carefully choose who they allow into their inner circle. Their reserved nature is not about trying to be enigmatic, but rather about maintaining their personal boundaries and nurturing genuine connections. People sometimes label them as loners or odd simply because their behavior diverges from conventional norms. However, Sigma men are comfortable in their own skin and do not seek validation from others. They embrace their unique traits despite the misunderstandings they may encounter. Their self-assuredness and authenticity are not about fitting into a predefined mold, but about staying true to who they are, regardless of external judgment. Number 2. Finding a partner who aligns with their wavelength can be a significant challenge for Sigma males. Their intelligence, independence, and high standards make it difficult to connect with someone who truly understands and complements them. Sigma men are not against love, but are highly discerning about their relationships. They seek partners who can engage in deep, meaningful conversations and respect their need for solitude without misinterpreting it as a lack of affection. This quest for a genuine connection means they often face shallow or mismatched relationships before finding someone who meets their standards. Their commitment to finding a truly fulfilling partnership is a testament to their values, not a reflection of a desire to be alone. For Sigma males, love should be a profound meeting of minds and souls, enhancing both individuals. They are willing to remain single if it means staying true to their principles and waiting for a relationship that genuinely aligns with their values, rather than settling for less. Number 3. Sigma males often contend with the misconception that they need to be fixed. This misguided belief stems from society's tendency to force everyone into a standard mold, expecting conformity to mainstream norms. Sigma men, with their independent thinking, analytical minds, and unorthodox approach, can be mistakenly seen as flawed or distant. What others might perceive as imperfections are actually their strengths, qualities that make them resilient and capable of tackling challenges. Their reluctance to conform is not a sign of rebellion, but a commitment to living authentically on their own terms. The notion that they need more friends, a more outgoing personality, or different priorities misses the mark entirely. Sigma males have found contentment in their unique way of life and do not seek validation or approval from others. Their ability to embrace their own path, despite societal pressure to change, reflects a strong sense of self-worth and self-acceptance. Number 4. Sigma males typically maintain a small circle of friends or even prefer solitude, a reality they know well. This isn't due to an inability to make friends, but rather a reflection of their high standards for friendship. For Sigma men, a true friend is someone with whom they share a deep emotional connection, who stands by them through thick and thin. Their selectivity means they value the quality of their friendships over quantity, leading to fewer but more meaningful relationships. This careful approach often leads others to misunderstand them, labeling them as antisocial or aloof. In reality, Sigma men are not antisocial but selectively social, choosing to invest in relationships that have significant emotional depth. Their understanding of friendship goes beyond mere acquaintance, valuing genuine companionship and support. Therefore, having only a few friends is not a flaw but a deliberate choice to maintain high standards and foster deep, lasting connections. Number 5. Sigma males' need for alone time is often misunderstood, particularly by women. Their preference for solitude is not a sign of dissatisfaction or disinterest in their partner, but a necessary aspect of their well-being. Alone time allows them to think, plan, and recharge, much like a vehicle needs regular maintenance to run smoothly. For Sigma men, solitude is integral to maintaining their mental health and personal effectiveness. Women who misinterpret this need for alone time as withdrawal or rejection may struggle to understand its importance. A partner who respects and understands this need is crucial, as it enables Sigma men to maintain their balance and continue contributing positively to the relationship. Their solitary moments are not a reflection of their feelings towards their partner but a part of their self-care routine. Embracing this aspect of their personality is essential for fostering a supportive and understanding relationship. Number 6. Sigma males' sense of humor often eludes those who are not familiar with their style. Their humor tends to be dry, subtle, and often layered with intellectual depth, which can be challenging for some to appreciate. It's not that they aim to confuse or exclude others, but rather that their jokes reflect their unique perspective and way of thinking. This can create a sort of secret language of humor that resonates deeply with those who understand it. For those unfamiliar with this style, the humor might seem cryptic or missed entirely. Sigma men are not trying to be the life of the party or to show off. They are simply expressing their authentic selves. Their wit might intimidate some, but this is not a reflection of their character but rather an expression of their natural cognitive style. Those who do get their humor often find themselves in a special, appreciated circle of understanding. Number 7. Sigma males can often be enigmatic and difficult for the average person to understand. Their distinctive way of thinking and acting sets them apart from conventional social norms, making them seem like a puzzle to many. This is not an attempt to be mysterious, but a natural result of their unique perspective and personal approach to life. They might appear quiet or reserved, yet their minds are filled with deep contemplation and complex thoughts. This depth can make them seem hard to decipher, especially for those who are used to more conventional modes of interaction. Being different doesn't mean they are unfriendly or strange. It simply means they process and engage with the world in their own unique way. Their enigmatic nature is a reflection of their individuality and thoughtful approach, which can be challenging for others to fully grasp. Number 8. Sigma males often exude an aura that can be intimidating to those around them. Despite not actively seeking attention or the spotlight, their strong sense of confidence and independence can make others feel uneasy. This intimidation arises not from any desire to dominate, but from their inherent strength and self-assurance. Sigma men do not conform to societal expectations or seek validation from others. They are comfortable being themselves without pretense. Their presence commands respect and can make those accustomed to blending and feel overshadowed. This can be both admirable and intimidating, as their self-assured demeanor often stands in stark contrast to more conventional or conformist behaviors. While their confidence may unsettle some, it is merely a reflection of their inner strength and authenticity rather than any intention to impose or alienate. Number 9. Sigma males have a strong aversion to feeling tied down, whether by jobs, lifestyles, or relationships that restrict their freedom. They value their independence and need ample space to explore, make decisions, and live life on their own terms. Being confined by expectations or commitments that limit their ability to grow and experience the world is unappealing to them. They cherish the freedom to navigate their own path without being constrained by external pressures. This preference for autonomy is not about shirking responsibilities, but about ensuring that they retain control over their own lives. For Sigma men, being tied down feels akin to being trapped in a cage, secure but lacking the exhilaration of freedom. Their resistance to being boxed in reflects a deep-seated need for personal liberty and self-determination. Number 10. Sigma males are often labeled as rebels or loners, although these terms do not fully capture their essence. Their inclination to follow their own path rather than conform to societal norms can be interpreted as rebelliousness. However, their actions are not driven by a desire to defy, but by a commitment to authenticity. They have their own way of viewing the world and are unafraid to chart a course that differs from the mainstream. Their preference for solitude is not indicative of antisocial behavior, but rather a choice for deep, meaningful interactions over superficial socializing. Sigma men value quality over quantity in their relationships, opting for a few close connections rather than a large network of acquaintances. Their so-called rebellious nature and solitary habits are simply reflections of their personal values and a deep-seated preference for living life on their own terms. Number 11. Sigma males possess a value system that diverges significantly from mainstream societal expectations. While traditional success metrics often revolve around power, popularity, and material wealth, Sigma men prioritize freedom, independence, and personal growth. They reject the notion that happiness is tied to climbing the corporate ladder, accumulating possessions, or gaining social status. Instead, Sigma males find fulfillment in pursuing their passions, learning new skills, and having meaningful experiences. Their values focus on living life authentically, on their own terms, rather than adhering to societal scripts. This divergence can make them appear unconventional or out of touch with mainstream ideals, but it is a testament to their commitment to their own principles. Sigma men are not seeking to conform or gain approval. They are dedicated to living in accordance with their values and finding contentment in their unique approach to life. Number 12. Sigma males often face the challenge of being misunderstood in social settings due to their unconventional approach to communication. Their manner of interacting with others can be misinterpreted, as they tend to communicate in a straightforward and unembellished manner. This directness, while often refreshing, can be perceived as blunt or insensitive by those accustomed to more conventional social cues. Sigma men do not engage in small talk or superficial pleasantries. Instead, they prefer meaningful exchanges that reflect their true thoughts and feelings. This approach can create a disconnect, especially with individuals who are more comfortable with indirect or nuanced communication styles. The result is that Sigma males may be viewed as abrasive or lacking in social finesse, when in reality, they simply prioritize authenticity over formality. Their preference for genuine, transparent conversations is not a criticism of others, but rather a reflection of their desire for honest and direct interactions. As a result, Sigma men often find themselves on the periphery of social circles, not due to a lack of social skills, but because their communication style does not always align with mainstream expectations. Number 13. Sigma males can struggle with the perception that they are non-committal or unreliable, primarily because of their desire for independence. Their reluctance to be tied down by traditional commitments or to adhere strictly to societal expectations can be misunderstood as a lack of responsibility or dedication. Sigma men value their autonomy highly and often resist conforming to conventional life paths, which can include stable jobs or long-term relationships. This resistance to conventional structures is not about avoiding commitment, but rather about ensuring that they remain true to their personal values and passions. They prefer to engage in projects or relationships that align with their interests and personal goals, even if this means taking unconventional routes. As a result, others may perceive them as unpredictable or flighty, failing to recognize that their choices are deliberate and driven by a desire for genuine fulfillment. Sigma males' commitment to their own path and values is a sign of their integrity and self-awareness, not a reflection of a lack of responsibility or reliability. Number 14. Sigma males often face the challenge of being perceived as emotionally distant or unavailable. Their introspective nature and preference for solitude can sometimes lead others to believe that they are detached or uninterested in forming deep emotional connections. This perception is further compounded by their reserved demeanor and their tendency to keep their feelings close to the vest. Sigma men value deep, meaningful interactions and may not express their emotions in conventional ways, which can be misinterpreted as a lack of emotional depth or engagement. Their emotional reserve is not an indication of indifference, but a reflection of their need for authenticity and genuine connection. They prefer to share their inner world with those who have earned their trust rather than broadcasting their feelings openly. This selective emotional sharing can make them seem aloof to those who do not understand their need for privacy. However, those who take the time to understand them will find that Sigma males are capable of profound emotional connections, even if they choose to express them differently from the norm. Number 15. Sigma males are often seen as unconventional in their approach to success and achievement, which can lead to misunderstandings about their ambitions. Unlike traditional measures of success, such as climbing the corporate ladder or acquiring material wealth, Sigma men define achievement by personal fulfillment and self-growth. They are driven by a desire to explore their interests, pursue passions, and contribute to the world in ways that align with their values, rather than adhering to societal expectations. This alternative path can sometimes be viewed as non-ambitious or unstructured by those who measure success through conventional metrics. Sigma males focus on self-determined goals, and their resistance to conform to standard success narratives may lead others to question their drive or commitment. However, their unique approach is a testament to their dedication to living a life that is true to themselves. They are not deterred by societal pressures, but instead follow a path that resonates with their own definition of success and fulfillment. Number 16. Sigma males frequently encounter difficulties when trying to balance their need for independence with the demands of collaborative environments. Their natural inclination towards working alone and managing their own projects can clash with situations that require teamwork or collective effort. This preference for solitude and self-direction is not a reflection of an inability to collaborate, but rather a personal approach to maintaining control over their work and decisions. When placed in team settings, Sigma males may struggle with navigating group dynamics or adhering to shared goals, as they are used to operating independently. Their desire for autonomy and their methodical way of working can sometimes be misinterpreted as reluctance to contribute or engage with others. However, Sigma males value efficiency and effectiveness, and they can be highly productive and innovative when allowed to work on their terms. Their challenge lies in finding a balance between their independent working style and the need for cooperation in various environments. Number 17. Sigma males often grapple with the expectation to constantly adapt to societal norms and trends, which can feel restrictive to them. Their preference for maintaining their unique identity and pursuing personal interests often conflicts with the pressure to conform to popular trends or social expectations. This internal conflict can create a sense of frustration, as they are pressured to fit into predefined molds that do not align with their values or preferences. Sigma men thrive on authenticity and originality, which means they frequently resist following the crowd or altering their behavior to meet external standards. This resistance can be misconstrued as obstinacy or a lack of adaptability, when in reality it is a manifestation of their commitment to staying true to themselves. They find greater satisfaction in forging their own path and exploring interests that genuinely resonate with them, rather than succumbing to the pressures of conformity. Their challenge is to navigate these societal pressures while remaining faithful to their own values and sense of identity. Number 18. Sigma males often experience a sense of isolation despite their preference for independence and solitude. While they may actively choose to spend time alone or in small, close-knit circles, this can sometimes lead to feelings of loneliness or being misunderstood. Their unique way of interacting with the world and their selective approach to socializing can make it challenging for them to connect with others who do not share their perspective. This sense of isolation is not necessarily a result of their choices, but rather a byproduct of their distinct personality and lifestyle. Sigma males' tendency to forge their own path and maintain a degree of separation from mainstream social norms can contribute to feelings of being out of sync with the broader society. They may find themselves longing for deeper connections with those who truly understand their way of life, yet struggle to find such individuals. Despite this, Sigma males are resilient and capable of thriving in their own company. They often use their time alone for personal growth and self-reflection, which ultimately strengthens their sense of self and enhances their ability to navigate feelings of isolation. Thank you for your attention. You can now become a member of the channel by clicking the Join button under this video.